Welcome to PenTellectual Conversations. You've just stepped into a space where the mind meets the soul. A place where poetry and conversation collab to form a silky, smooth vibe that flows like smooth jazz. Dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy. So pour your favorite drink, light one up if that's your rhythm, and let the world outside melt away. So sit back, relax, and let's get into tonight's hot topic.
What's good, PenTellectuals? Welcome back to another episode of PenTellectual Conversations, home of dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy. Now, listen, we're not going to ease soft into this one. We're going to come straight with it because this the kind of brother this guest is. Tonight's guest is an international spoken word artist, super music producer, neuro-linguistic programming certified, entrepreneurship and business life coach certified, ISSA certified fitness trainer, business sales certified, and recently accredited relationship life coach. Y'all let that breathe for a moment. Just think about it. That ain't just titles. That's discipline and execution. And on top of all of that, he's a father, a husband, a son, a brother to many. So you already know this conversation about to hit different. So without further delay, I could sit here and run down all accolades all night, but I'd rather let the man speak for himself. So PenTellectuals, you are now in the presence of
Mr. Yes Lord, Mr. BYB, Bitch You Better, Mr. Soul Garden, Mr. Shut 'em Down, Mr. Two at a Time, Mr. Steal Your Girl, Mr. Grab the Mic, but I am known as the Walking Erotica, man. How everybody doing
man, what's good, bro?
Yeah, man. I've been waiting for this one, man. I've been waiting for this one.
Bro, like
Yeah.
I was so happy I didn't have to go to work today, but if I did, I was gonna call in. Like I wasn't.
Straight up, straight up.
All right, so let's go ahead and get busy, man.
Yes, sir.
When did you realize poetry wasn't just something that you did, but something that was a part of
Hmm. I realized that when I couldn't put it down, bro. I want to say I wrote my first poem when I was 8 years old. It actually got. I didn't know it was going to do that. If everybody know poetry.com back in the day, man, where you could, you know what I'm saying, send in your poetry and stuff like that, man. I actually did sent that to them one time, and they actually chose it to be published in the book. You know what I mean? So, and ever since then, and I love to rap. You know what I'm saying? I love to rap. The first time I heard uh Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, just because, you know what I'm saying, my parents, that's the only thing they let me listen to at the time. You know what I'm saying? But just the art of being able to put words together and tell a story, was something that I took to for, a long age. But you know how life do. Life try to tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? So, I put it down, but after I was able to after settle in into my adult life, bro, it actually came back to me. So I was like, all right, well, let me pick you up. Let's go on for the long walk then.
you.
You
And
know what I
shout
mean?
out to DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Y'all don't get it. I still had them moments, man. I sit there and go on YouTube and just play it. Like that
Facts,
was my shit.
facts, right. Hidden gems, man. Hidden gems in plain sight.
So, who was Walking Erotica before the world knew Walking Erotica?
Walking Erotica was Desi Beats. Desi Beats, music producer, man. I produced for a lot of local people out here, you know what I'm saying? And before that, it was K Dilla. I was rapping. You know what I mean? I was rapping, doing my own thing, and then I went from rapping to producing, and then going back, like I said, going back to poetry. So Walking Erotica actually just came, just really just fell into my lap for real. Just because I really like just stopped rapping and everything, but the words would still come to me. So, at first I just started writing stories about my life. You know what I'm saying? What was happening in my life and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? Even in my raps, I like rapping about, you know what I'm saying, sensual and sexual shit. So, once I started free writing about that, man, it just took a mind of its own. You know what I mean? Just grew to who it is.
So those of us who've actually had the pleasure of being around you understands the true definition of natural confidence. Did that confidence in your delivery come like did that come naturally, or is that something that you had to grow into? But you just make it look easy today.
Actually, bro, it's honestly, it's always been there. That's always been there. And it's easy because I don't, especially when I write. When I write, I don't leave any lines for exaggeration or interpretation. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy when you coming from. It's a little bit more difficult when you're trying to get technical with it, but the underlying essence of what I write. You know what I'm saying? It's true to life story. So, if I'm not going to boldly and confidently tell my story, you know what I'm saying? It'll never be told how it needs to be told. So, you know what I mean? And that also comes from being on, getting out there early and rapping on stages. Like I was, shoot, 13 years old, rapping on stages at the YMCA. You know what I'm saying? Just getting into spaces and stuff like that. That's why I'm comfortable, honestly. But yeah, but just growing into it and staying into it. As long as you stay true and to yourself, ain't nobody to be afraid of. Ain't nothing gonna stop you.
Yeah, your mic sound like it got a little bit low around the end.
No, yeah, I said ain't nothing but ain't nothing but respect after that. You know what I'm saying? Once you know that it's your story, it's your truth. You know what I mean?
So when you sit down, because you taught me, and believe it or not, like I tell people this all the time. Like you told me 10 minutes, like regardless on what's going on, 10 minutes. I gotta take 10 minutes for me. A motherfucker better not die in them 10 minutes because them 10 minutes mine. You feel me? Shit. So can you explain to some of the people that's listening? Explain the whole method of the 10 minutes and what that 10 minutes really supposed to mean for you.
That 10 minutes. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, okay, okay. Just wanted to make sure. That 10 minutes, man. What I realized is one. It was just one day I was working, man. I was working. And I just everything just seemed so loud. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why my world seems so loud? And I actually just realized that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I was always on somebody else's time. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not working, then I'm concerned about my children. I'm concerned about their mothers. I'm concerned about the money. I'm concerned about the family. You know what I'm saying? Just different things like that. It never really took the time for me. And to be honest with you, if I'm being straight up honest, man, I took the time to just stop and just ask myself, bro, like, and I made myself answer myself. I said, what you like to do? What are your hobbies other than sex? What's your hobbies? You know what I'm saying? And I sat there and I almost got to crying, but I got to laughing because I was like, damn, I'm lame as hell. Like I ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got nothing that I like to do. I ain't got what's growing me. What's you know what I'm saying? So um one night I was working second shift. One night I was driving and I sent a group message to my family. And I was like, y'all, I'm just letting y'all know from 8:40 to 8:50, do not hit my phone. Don't nothing. I said I'm taking that time for me, and that's I told you about the oath of silence where you just sit in silence for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I actually started doing that. That was probably shit about 10 years ago now, where I started doing that, and bro, it was one of the most liberating times of my life because I got used to actually hearing what happens in the silence. It's like a lot of nothing, but it's a lot of everything. You know what I mean? So just me taking that time and being able to transmutate that time and actually find my peace in that solitude. You know what I'm saying? I felt like during that 10 minutes, I felt the best that I felt the whole other 23 hours and 50 minutes. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just made sure that no matter what was going on, because responsibility is responsibility. But no matter what's going on, just make sure that I get that 10 minutes a day because I at least owe me that, not nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else owe me that. I owe me that. You know what I mean? So, and that's really how it came to birth, though. It changed my life, bro.
It's in the process of changing mine. Like, I don't think people realize that 10 minutes that I take for myself every day. Well, I've increased it to 15, bro, because I got some other people that
Yes,
live in
sir.
my
Yes,
city
sir.
that need their time too. So it's like I take that time and then I'll go to work. And I go to work and I just coast throughout the day. It is, oh, you always
Hmm.
this. Like, you don't realize the journey it took for me to be here right now. Like, them 15 minutes is stopping me from putting you on the grill. Like, I really need you.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Man. All right, so poet, rapper, producer, and numerous other titles. But as far as the creative go, which one usually leads your creativity? The poet, the rapper, or the producer?
Mm. What leads me? Nowadays, I'm not going to say the poet leads me, just because I'm back into form about feeling my presence when I speak. But I mean, right there is the producer. And that's because the amazing thing for me about production is within 2 to 4 minutes, you create a whole world for somebody to come and live in. And that's how I look at, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at when I produce music. So I love to create atmosphere, not just put sounds together. You know what I mean? Like I want you to feel the high and the lows. I actually want you to feel the air. I want you to feel the ground when you in it. So but I always love that process though. I love that process. But poetry for real, I love it because your voice is the only instrument available.
Mm. Mm.
So with when I write poetry, when I recite poetry and things like that, I actually pay attention to how I say it and when I speak because I have to remember with my voice, I also have to create the atmosphere that music would create. You know what I'm saying? So I think the most powerful is poetry for sure.
All right. I like that. I'm learning about my bro. I like that. Now, have you ever had all three sides of you collide on one project? And if so, what was that like?
I mean the not all on one project. The closest me producing for Miss J. Simone's album, Fifth Horseman, Impressive Love Story, out
Shout out
now.
to the general.
You know what I mean? That was probably the closest because usually I just me myself. I allow the worlds to stay in their own space. You know what I'm saying? And I share each one of them with other people. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as me actually, man, you put something in my head, man. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. Honestly, I don't even think about it that way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm,
I
all
think
right,
it'd be dope, bro. I think it'd be dope as fuck.
I am. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that.
All right, so I got one more question before I get out of the way and let these people understand why they are here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So, yeah. When you write your pieces, regardless on the subject matter, are you writing for reactions of the crowd, or are you writing for you?
Hmm. I actually, honestly, I have both of them in mind. I have the crowd in mind and I have me in mind. I actually have me in mind because when I write, that's my liberation. You know what I mean? And I love when I grab this pen and I just write my truth. No matter what come out, to write my truth. But I also, because of me doing music, I also have a consumer ear as well. So I know how to step outside of my pieces, listen to myself say my pieces, and be like, damn, well, if I was listening to me, I wouldn't listen to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of puts, I'm not necessarily doing it for them unless I'm writing pieces to perform. Then I need to understand where my truth lies with the people that's going to be hearing it, because it's not just to get in front of people and speak. It's to be able to, my angle. I just speak for my angle. My angle is to boldly say what people really want to say, but very, very tastefully. Like I tell everybody, it's the difference between aggressiveness and assertiveness. It's a very thin line between those two. You know what I'm saying? And through just my journeys and everything, I learned how to teeter that line very well. You know what I'm saying? It's a push and pull that you will be able to give. You know what I'm saying? When you are doing the pieces, it's just like, because when you're doing pieces for people, it's a give and take going on in the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you assertiveness until I feel your tension. Then I'm gonna just back it on up, backing on up. And then when you think that I'm letting up, I'm right back there. So it's more of a seesaw. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's just to find that balance. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a little bit of science to it, but you know, shit, man. But yeah, I do it for both.
Y'all out there listening, man. Poets that's listening that's new to the game. This is free game he's giving y'all. This is shit that he charges people for. He holds classes
Right.
for these type of lessons. So man, enjoy this free game. But
That is
with
fact.
that being said, I'm gonna get out of the way so people can really understand the whole reason why they are here to
Yes,
walk with
sir.
Walking Erotica. So the mic is yours.
Thank you, sir. The first piece, first of all, I want to say good evening to everybody. Thank you for everybody being here. The first piece I'm going to do tonight is not an erotic piece. Even though erotica set me free for me to be able to express myself in the best known form and ways of I know how. Erotica actually helped me write this piece. And it's actually shout out to Nate Senior for writing this piece. This is the first time outside of that space that I'm actually doing this piece. And it's called The Man in the Mirror is Undefiled. Today, when I look in the mirror, I reflect on my boomerang past that presently attempts to harass my future and bash me for trials I had no control over. I'm glad it's no con to roll over to qualify or describe who I've become. People used to tell me I was lucky. Shit, still. Lucky that me and my father cohabitated the same space. Lucky that I had my father home in my face, but what the fuck do they know about a rabbit's foot being stuck between a rock and a hard fist? A perception perceiving you as a fuck up, and you ain't fucked up nothing except being in a fucked up predicament, being gripped and hit, spit from lips fly while being told I'm gonna fuck you up, little nigga. I found myself wishing for the absence that most of my friends secretly envied me for not having. Father, yeah, more like warden. For me, it was like formally training with foreman, him sparring with my face every 2 to 3 days, because I guess he didn't want to show the slips in his own unhealed arm or trauma to flick a jab his partner. It's cool. I took them all for the team, locked down and bleeding from the cuts of incomprehension for 13 years. Something like started off with slap boxing, then when I up weight classes, it turned into tap boxing, relentless, dirty body shots, needing oxygen. knocking me around even between rounds, fighting through defenses to try to clinch them, not because I was tired, but I was just wanted to get close enough for a one-way hug. No apologies. Throw the damn towel. I was straight hooked on the notion that one of these days he'd clinch me back, even if it wasn't intentional. Never understanding I was fighting for the love of a man that for some reason saw me as someone to bop, wrong word. Saw me as a knock, wrong word again. Saw me as an option, a concoction he created and vehemently hated. I waited and waited and he berated and debated, then baited. I flinched. He freighted another slap to my face. I hated him. He tried to break my spirit, tried to break my ego, songs, and lyrics, and I ain't gonna lie, he did break my heart, but I mixed power to submit with the hatred admitted to men to quickly fix it. I couldn't let him infect the love I had inside of him. Wanted him to play video games with me, he was busy. Wanted him to play basketball with me. Damn, where is he? Gave him a peck on the cheek one time, and he replied, "I'll knock the teeth out of your mouth if you ever kiss me again." I guess mathematically it makes sense. I was 15, minus 10. These collective wounds filled the rooms of my mind's womb until I built a cocoon there, hoping to soon protrude wings so I could fly away. But it was cold outside. Not a breeze in here, too. My skin turned pale and my toes, the bruised blue. I just realized I built a tomb. Somehow, he always found where I was buried. Mummified my pride as knuckles and slurs, bumper car collide, and after the whiplash ride, I would just crawl right back inside. So with no one to confide in, I made my home there. Nowhere to stretch my legs or roam there, just enough space to ball up, breathe, and allow the salt from my tears to seize the tenderized face meeting raw emotion. I convinced myself the darkness ain't that bad. Uh, I was glad nobody could see me sad or mad or hear me praying to God to kill him off as he did the first rendition of the world with every fucking speck of energy I had left in my cells from this cold, pissy floor to cell. Prayer was the only weapon I knew how to wield. Then I remembered only the good receive passage, and there's no rooms in heaven for a savage. I guess he was considered lucky too from the voodoo I spewed. Chewed on bitterness while my sister, stepbrother, and his wife smothered me with his innocence and gifted him their ignorance. These three blind mice allowed me to be beaten and braille and sacrificed to this nigga. Late night, pulled out of bed, jumped by ghosts, poltergeist by this nigga. And when I finally woke up from my nightmare, everybody want to act like they don't know I don't like this nigga. Despite this nigga, I love it. I love that you showed me you never and never told me who I didn't want to be. See, I love that my kids can't get enough of me. I love that I can talk through a storm and not get a cut on me. I love that they can come to me with their experience, though sometimes it's tough for me. I love that they tell me that they can love me back comfortably. I love that I can get in the game of life to sidestep at least some of this rough debris. I love that I can share my experiences to keep them out of the same situation responsible. I love that I support them in their lives and see that touches me. I love that my children can get a kiss and a hug from me and fully understand systematically and statistically it's a luxury. But now I get it. As I stare into mine eyes from this reflection, finally reflecting why it'll never be a full kumbaya between you and I. See, you could never tame, hold, or even beat the heaven out of the sovereign, especially not by a man that has the reflection of a deflecting, misdirecting, neglecting, disrespecting, rejecting, projecting adolescence complex that couldn't get his own father to see him as an asset. So how is that for context? Now, back to our regular program. And I'm not sorry for what happens after this. The juices that secrete from your life box taste like my favorite song. Mm, mm, mm. Who knew your nectar would taste exactly like I'm living for the love of you? Drifting in and out of consciousness, I'm here to manifest my dreams into reality and create memories with you. Scavenging every inch of your lips, inside and out, I leave the impressions that I missed you dearly, baby. And now dad at home that tend to his business, so you can relax. My kisses meet your tenderness to abolish those illusions and lusts from your vocabulary and habits while accepting my candid depth of appreciation. And there's no place I'd rather be than between your ears, having rough intellectual sex that has you fiending for me to be between your cream and thighs. Candlelit hearts rekindle desires as the wax plays, reconnecting fingertips, third eyes, and soul ties as we dance. I'm so blessed to be in our own sacred haven. We forming a safety net for our own unrefined honesty. You being my personal almond rod, your heart beats and radiates the longevity and the strength of the sun that has enlightened my path for hundreds of lifetimes. And your unwavering belief in me is the adaptive breath to my lungs. Your unconditional love forms a maelstrom that not only ensures that I drown in your yonder's oceans, but also your over the top love, because I exceeded in efforts to understand you. Besides, ain't that what I said I'm living for? The love of you, right? And if I'm living for it, then you best believe that I'll die for it too. Now, with that being said, now the last time I ate your pussy, woman, I almost died. But here I am, again, head boxed in between your legs like a boulder in the canyon, waiting for your tires to come back in. Why art thou always continuing to tempt thee? Well, no matter the reason, that pussy's mine. Mine to tease, mine to please, mine to feast, mine to take my time and smell through, mine to finger, mine to forever fuck, and mine to worship. So it's also mine to die. So as long as I reign supreme and rule, I will be sitting my happy ass right at your galactic gates, encrypting your clip with the hieroglyphic passcodes that decrypt and cripple your firewalls just to cause those same floods that have me swimming and fighting for my motherfucking life. Again, see, it's the thrill of sending your mind into an uncontrollable frenzy that has your body raising off the bed, raising your pussy's plate as I continue to feast on your sacrificed offering. The thirst for your pleasure never quenches as you clench your legs to the side of my head, cutting off my hearing, but enhancing your taste buds, enhancing my taste buds as you have a seizure all over my face. Scream my name as you push me off you like you done and you can't take no more of me. I understand that, baby. But who the fuck asked you? See, I don't know if you understand what's going on, but see, your dick, not my dick, your dick, has been sitting over here minding his business and he's seeing what this mouth doing. He wants a chance of dying in it too. So I take your coming cream from my bed, rubbing onto the tip of my dick, hold your legs open by your ankles and bow this head at the entrance of your synagogue and give thanks. Hear the moans that you immediately earn as I start to spit open your uncharted territory. Lands never discovered, trips never taken, and whole galaxies that I know that are only explorable because you trust me. Choke the breath from me as I stroke the consciousness from you with a kamikaze commitment that before I die from the grip of your fingertips that you will come on this dick. Not only come, bitch, you're going to enjoy this dick. You're going to fiend for this dick. You're going to put it on your calendar to get slow stroked by this dick. You're going to make up narratives to get throbbed in by this dick. You're going to lie to your friends to come get slutted out by this dick. You're going to leave all the mother niggas on red to come and choke on this dick. It'll finally come out of your mouth and say that you feel refilled and refreshed and renewed after you take all this dick. Bitch, you better. And I'm going to say this with confidence and vigor because I'm always making sure that that word sure is working in the interest of both of us. Because, see, I'm worth it. And I know you worth it. So this whole experience is worth us. Appreciate y'all.
This Nigga. So I'm about to tell you what type of shit just went through my head. So when you did the first piece, I remember you doing that piece. I think for Hard Truth.
Yeah,
And I was like, damn, and it gave a different side to the legend.
yeah.
Then you say we about to get to our regular scheduled program, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. Let me see.
You
Let's
know
see
what I'm saying?
what happened here.
You know what I mean? You gotta let
Oh
them know, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't exempt from those other things. You know what I'm saying? Like we
man.
all have our experience and our journey, man.
Whew. That was the first half of the show, man. One more time, we're gonna give it up for Walking Erotica, man. Y'all see what it
Appreciate
is. Y'all see what it's about. But right now, we're about to pay some bills. And before we get to the music, we're gonna have you talk about the music in a moment. But first, let's get these bills out the way and our grounded sponsors. Doom. So you have me, of course. You have Nice. I'm gonna get cussed out by her. I don't know. It's becoming a habit. We have Nice. We also have TNT Business Consulting and Desi Beats, who is actually our guest today. So we're gonna get him to talk more about Desi Beats. He's also the producer of the theme song for PenTellectual Conversations. All right, so what we got next is all things PenTellectual. If you would like to be a guest on PenTellectual Conversations, if you would like to have your music played as our soundbite artist of the week, if you would like to donate to the PenTellectual Conversation movement, you can do all of that right here on the QR code or the link that is provided at the bottom. Also, you get merch. Make sure y'all reach out, get you some merch, man. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got coffee mugs, and all that is the product of Nice for all of PenTellectual merchandise. So hit us up and tell us what you need, and we get it out to you. You know what it is. The party always starts on Tuesday, but it ain't over until Wednesday, man. Poppy's Poetry Corner celebrating season 4, and they are going through Drip Month. So this is Dripping Black Excellence, man. So this is gonna be one of those dope drip shows hosted by none other than the incredible, super energetic, and amazingly fucking talented Keynotes, aka Poppy of Poppy's Poetry Corner. So y'all make sure y'all meet me tomorrow. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. I almost fucked that up. We be at the corner, man. So weekend's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Next, we have Verses in the Valley. Country Roots is a celebration of poetry. It's gonna be from April 23rd through 25th in Fort Valley, Georgia. So if you are in the area, make sure y'all come on out to get your poetry fix. April 25th of 2026, the True Bar Show. Okay, so right now with this True Bar Show, look at the lineup, everybody. And we have none other than the eighth wonder of the world, who will be definitely in the building. Our heart and soul, Rare Epiphany. So make sure y'all can get out there, read the flyer to let you know all the information you need, the ticket prices, and how to get those tickets. Shout out to She Bars, who will be hosting. And Sensual Saturdays. I keep telling y'all, man, this is not a show. This is a motherfucking experience. And this is going to be the all-white party. We also going to have the Walking Erotica talk about this a little bit more, too. But it will be featuring none other than my sister, one more time, Keynotes, with PPP being the spotlight artist, hosted by the incredible general herself, Miss J. Simone, who has an album out. So y'all make sure y'all ask them questions in the chat so we can let y'all know how to get that. So May 30th, 8 p.m., make sure y'all tune in. So now we're getting ready for the section of the show called the Soundbite Artist of the Week. Now, we know you're a poet. Everybody who know you're a poet. Those who know you for real also know that you produce music, and we're talking about producing music. But you sent us a track. The first track you sent me before, I still play that. I still got you. I feel like shit.
For
but
sure, for sure.
but this particular track right here, before we get to playing it, won't you tell us a little bit about it before we get into
All right, the track that is featuring this week is called "No Treason" by Desi Beats, aka the Walking Erotica. This song actually it was only supposed to be 12 bars, but once I got to writing, it was pretty much over with. Um, I had a lot of things to a lot of people. The people that I'm talking to, they know who I'm talking to.
it?
But you know what I'm saying? It was just one of those things, and I bump it still. So for your listening pleasure, please enjoy. Please enjoy.
Let's get it.
Yeah. No introduction needed. I had to switch gears on niggas, busted clutches speeding. They see the smoke but don't want it. Fuck it, tuck it, leave it. Had your whole latched on for months when I munched that bitch leaking. I get fucked so good these days, I'm so close to conceited. Cut off my toupee, no loop pay, I'm still beaming. I'm seeing new cake, no fruit cake, and still scheming. Switched up to a new base in that suitcase, now that bitch beating. I told my chick no more shopping while we up in Neiman's. Upheld niggas put them in the light, they started bobbing, weaving. Tried to tiptoe out of the plan, but now they hear the creaking. Now every step is getting louder, spelling out their reasons. Man, I ain't tripping on the foundation, can't conquer a demon. Skirt, skirt, in the bird, boom, I'm gone, I'm leaving. In my own lanes, I jam to the brain and I'm tweaking. Start making plays to parlay with 3 dames for the evening. No pregame or no range, just squawking and skeeting. Tell them I love 'em, I kick 'em out, I got an important meeting. Getting all types of phone calls saying my shit is genius. Hearing this shit all my life, back then I couldn't see it. Everybody good but myself neglecting me to treat me. Slowed everything down, 4, 3, 2, 1, circle got deleted. Had me a couple of OBEs and then I start believing. Now I'm invited to shoot movies, I ain't acted a season. Walk the thong off your bitch with erotica speeches. Fuck all that running and jogging, I'm bounding and leaping now. Like why would I slow my speed for the point of appeasing when I know my time is worth more than the shade that you speaking. You'll love, hate my fine ass, rather I'm drowning or peeking. Tired ass niggas grind killing y'all, I grant y'all bereavement. Realize there's no money in the past, so I don't try to retrieve it. Gotta let people know straight from the door if you clear and you mean it. There's consequences to be paid if you causing a treason. I paid the price all my life to be doing and being. Rubbing bows with the millionaires, I can call them, we high and kick in. Over shit that you wouldn't understand if I gave you a weekend. To sit at the table with us to discuss all the wealth that we preaching. Y'all see where the fuck I'm at, this bitch, upper level reaching. All kinds of plays, all kind of ways, I'm too busy for beefing. Some of y'all need etiquette in this bitch, look I got it, come see me. Come soak you up some of this game while I'm willing to teach it.
That was No Treason by Desi Beats, aka The Walking Erotica. And yeah, I feel like whoever he talking to, they know who he talking to. Like, he's not a sugarcoat type ass nigga. All right, man. So let's go ahead and get back to the thing. Let's get back to it, man. Back to the stage. We have The Walking Erotica. Oh shit! This nigga that went and did a wardrobe change with the lights. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
oh,
sir.
I know what's coming up for that one. Ooh, shit. Hey, fellas, I'm telling y'all right now, man. When it get time to the poetry, hold your chick, bro. Shit, hold your chick. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Cuff her.
You know what I mean? Shit, listen, hold her hand and keep her in your sight at all times. It ain't gonna be me, it's gonna be her, trust me.
See, that's the warning, fellas. That's the warning.
You
All
know what
right.
I'm saying?
So a lot of people hear erotic and think that it's purely physical. How do you bring depth to it to let them know that it's a lot more than the touch?
I do that by making sure that whenever I write, there's some type of foreplay. Like one of my favorite lines in life is not just people, women love the story. So it's a lot of foreplay that needs to go into and the arousal of a woman. So that's what I really try to get across, especially people that's just starting out. They just think it's about bitch, fuck, dick. You know what I'm saying? It's a way for you to be able to speak that in order for, you know what I'm saying, to get the response that you're looking for. Because I ain't gonna say no names, ugh, but it's a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, use that jargon and they get responses from the crowd and they think that the crowd is enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it just lets me know that it's a miscommunication between their what is being said and done and their reception of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy is different when you're able to seduce. So
Have you ever had someone react emotionally to a piece they expected to just be sexual?
yes, of course.
Explain that
It's,
experience.
yeah. So it's so I've had this on a couple of occasions where I would be out solo and I would do a piece and there would be like certain ladies will come up and ask me and want to go home with me and stuff like that. You know, it's just like, but I am going home with you, baby, just not physically. You know what I mean? Like because and I explained to them, part of my job for what I do is to get you in the mood for your partner, whether that's your woman or your man. Like that's part of that's part of how I write. You know what I'm saying? I want to speak from the male perspective as somebody that is sure about who he is and what he does, but I also want to speak soft enough to where it will allow it to land in the lady's eardrum, if that makes sense, for it to be soaked up. Because last time I checked, rocks don't soak up nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
Shit.
you gotta be you gotta be able to soften. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to soften. You know what I'm saying? Your delivery and your jargon up so they'll sponge it up. You know what I'm saying? And I've built the fantasies for people. They've even left shows early and thank me because they going to go handle their business. You know what I'm saying? So it's and that's rewarding for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, get a stroke in for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm joking, but you got to do that. But you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
All right, so do you perform differently depending on the room, or do you bring the same energy regardless of the crowd?
It doesn't matter if it's 10,000 people or a half of a person, because the purpose of it is to leave an impression. I got to make an impact. You always hear, you never know who somebody knows. But guess what I know? I know everybody knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? So the size of the crowd actually, it's really for a lot of people, it's a lot harder for people to perform in smaller rooms than bigger rooms, because when you have more people in the room, you can lose faces in the crowd. Versus when it's an intimate situation, the faces are spaced out. You see people are actually staring at you. They into you. They. It's very very intimate. That's what I'm saying, up close and personal. And actually, I really love those up close and personal situations because it's like I'm talking to you now. You know for sure I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? And it just honestly makes it that much more special. For me and the person.
All right, so you are a man who wears a lot of titles, and we're going to talk about a couple of those titles and certifications that we talked about earlier. So,
Right?
being certified in neuro linguistic programming. Now, I'm not going to even pretend like I know what that means. I feel like it got something to do with brain and language. Like it's
There you go. Yeah, yeah. So it really is just the rewiring of the brain, the way you perceive things,
okay.
breaking loops and habits. You know what I mean? Being able to identify them. There's different levels. Like there's 8 different levels of it. So it's, of course, most people know about survival mode, but it's a tier above, much above that. But everybody lives within these different levels of consciousness. And really, I really got, honestly, before I started helping people, man, I really went and got the certification because I wanted to know how the fuck my mind worked.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to know how my mind worked, and I wanted to know the inner workings of somebody that's close enough to work with the brain, so then I can understand certain things. But once I, started taking the classes and learned a lot, and I realized that I was already doing a lot of the techniques that they were teaching. I just didn't know they had a name. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And plus, the world like alphabets and shit. So I was like, all right, well, if I got to get all of these certifications to help y'all niggas, then I'll go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? I would rather do it. I could do it through a conversation, but no, it's and it's languages, it's different types of languages. So you know what I'm saying? You have verbal and nonverbal, and all of them speak on different levels at different times, and they all don't speak the same to the same person. So it's actually a great practice to help. It goes kind of in hand with hypnosis a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's able to help you break loops, recognize loops to be able to break them, and help you expand in whichever direction in life you want to
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to look more into that. I know somebody who knows, so I can find it. I
go.
can get some information.
Yeah, for sure.
As a business coach, what's the biggest mistake you see people make when they're chasing success?
The money.
Oh,
I think the money is the biggest. The reason why the money is not a problem, but it's the biggest problem because if you don't have the foundation or the function or the system to get to that money, then when you're not getting to that money, you're going to have a lot more frustration getting to that money. So it's certain things that's going to be seen, and when you're on your journey, it's going to be certain things that's going to be seen and unseen. You want to go as far as you can see, and then get to that point, and then it's a little bit more that's going to be seen as you go through that. And I think one of the biggest things is impatience. I think most people think that, oh, I got this plan, oh, it's gonna happen like this, and it's like, no, no, because you have to grow as a person if you're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I think neuro linguistic programming and this goals they coincide. You know what I'm saying? And it actually, because it's actually helped me, just knowing both of these things just helped me navigate a little bit further and a little bit better, help me understand situations about myself. You know what I'm saying? As far as when I go into the situation.
I'm asking two more questions before I get out your way again.
Yes, sir.
First one is, how do you remain balanced being a father, a newlywed husband, producer, poet that's completely active, and still chasing everything that you're building? How do you balance that?
That 10 minutes, bro. That 10 minutes. One thing one of the main things that I do in that 10 minutes is remember to breathe. And if you remember to breathe, you'll realize certain patterns about yourself when things aren't going as far. Because I mean, I'm just like everybody else. I got stresses, I got, what I'm saying, anxieties and shit like that. But in those 10 minutes, I've learned to understand what my breathing is telling me. You know what I'm saying? And people don't even realize when they're anxious, their breath shortens. It's almost to a point where you're not even breathing. You know what I mean? So through all aspects of my life, man, I just remember I take a deep breath before I go in between each one because everything is not happening at the same time, but it is happening at the same time. But I can't have the same approach with my production that I have with my 9-year-old daughter. I can't have the same approach with my poetry that I have with my wife, except the action. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, just understanding that every place Everything in your life has a space of its own for you. That you need to take a new breath into those spaces.
And my final question before I get out your way,
Yes, sir.
if your life right now was a poem, what would you title it?
Hmm. Probably the breakthrough. The breakthrough. It actually would be two words. It wouldn't be one word. It's the breakthrough period for me personally. It's the breakthrough period of things starting to finally see the bricks. I'm starting to finally see the bricks on the road with certain things. It was that's with my family. That's with my wife. That's with my kids. That's with our businesses. That's everything in between because each thing has a barrier in it that I know that I want to reach. And in order to reach that, I understand that I can't be the same person that I am today to live in that realm. So every day I just take one step closer to breaking through the old me into this new space because this space is different. The air is different in the space where I'm going. And I don't want to just run into a space and I don't know how the air works. You know what I mean? So uh yeah, it would be the
I like that. I like that. That almost sound like you might want to start working on that one. That's what it sound like to me.
Listen, man. I listen to myself, bro. I listen to myself. That's so funny, man. Because real shit, real quick. I had some, I caught myself having, a anxiety episode, and what I'm saying, shit in my mind was like, oh shit, things are breaking down. I'm breaking down, and there was another side of me saying, nah, you breaking through. Take one more step. You breaking through. Go one more step. This is why you're getting resistance. You breaking through something. You're not breaking down. Breaking down has no resistance. Breaking down, you be okay with you being stuck where you at. It's only when you breaking through something is when you start to get resistance. So yeah, full circle for real.
Damn. Change your verbiage, change your mindset.
That's it, bro. That's it.
So we're getting ready for his final three pieces. After the three pieces, he's gonna come back and he's gonna let everybody know what he got going on. We're gonna discuss Sensual Saturdays and a few other things that I'm sure he wants to sit there and brag and promote. But until
That's
then,
so funny.
you got to, bro. You deserve to brag. Like you fucking deserve to
Appreciate
brag. Shit, I brag. I brag on you. Shit.
you. For
With that
sure.
being said, once again, the Walking Erotica, the mic is yours.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I ain't gonna lie, I can be a little conceited sometimes. I have the best position in the room. I have the best conditions in the room, and I know this because I have the best intentions in the room. So attention in the room, please. These python S charms from this mouth always translating to dominance and abundance upon your throne of atonement. A tone meant by vibration synchronizing with yours, tuning into your sway, pitching feelings at the same speed when we kiss. It's almost like God wished for this. Reminisce when this felt familiar for reference, but now the reverence of your presence tests this every time, and I'm impressed with the result. Read, salt the rims of my lips as I guzzle from the tap, legs buckle while mouth muzzled, subtly plucking your clit, puzzling thoughts, fucking your wits, the same gift of gab that makes you laugh as you crumbling and coming shit. Pulling my flushed face out of the depths of utopia to open your legs wider so you can butter me and come on the stick. Again, bitch, you better. Only with the tip in, I throb conviction to your pussy that I'm here for a good time and a long time. Push your legs back just a bit to tilt your spine while dying thighs open wide as I slide my mind slowly inside you. With every quarter inch, I remind your altar that I am a wise king and not a threat. Foregone past intellect, transcribing and translating sacred text that could only be read in braille. And with this dick being the word, the skeleton key to explore your enlightenment, I plan on reading every fucking punctuation. Every stroke and rotation is a recurring invitation to a revelation of more vibrant sensation, tasting the good life as your squirt ricochets off my chest, wasting no time to make you do it again and again. And one more time just because you ain't know you had one more in you. I over deliver because I understand the price you pay for mediocrity, and baby, I want you to watch your fucking mouth when you mention me. Sign, Mr. Smith. The unscented aroma simmering under your fupa is calling for something different tonight. Someone different. Not the surface lovable me, nah. I see you want the war face untouchable me, the one that others may have experienced lustfully, but being the goddess you are, you want the insanity, the multiple me. Indeed. My dick fills with the blood of forgotten kings and the anointed energies of the sex god's order, aligned in the borders of dying thighs, tranquilize your mind, body, hypnotized by my sublime silver line. Now, bitch, Neil. Nestle this rod of faith in your throat's belief that you made the right choice to follow this demon into this dungeon. Her story will be etched in his story through saliva, bubbles, and gags, eyes watering rivers between life or your next breath and the debt of death you paid after your last one. Yes, bitch. Heaven and hell teeter the same line. Tongue, reading my holy scriptures embedded in braille, and you undoubtedly take your time reading because I know women love story. Finishing some of my prerequisites even before they even begin. Hand full of hair, I disconnect your mouthpiece from this trumpet, guide you blindly into your sacrificial altar, thumping dick on the top of your pussy while pumping electro lights into the darkness of your lips, humping me back as your hydration causes waves to crash against my balls, head in conjunction at your now accessible portal, immortal soul, jumping out of you as I slide inside and collide, muscles pumping out of control when I hold my position like a fucking soldier and just start to thump. Eyes buck stuck on what the fuck until, ooh, shit, erupts in your gut mama's the same. You soon realize this prophetic glide I provide, the line between your thighs coincides with divine time. Oh, and that slippery thing you call time is not even a consumable thought your mind can grip or confide in anymore. You and me, just be. Hold this feeling. Be. Hold this feeling. God given. Bitch, I'll help you accomplish things beyond living. These inches of my inheritance causes glitches in your matrix to see your oracle just for her to tell you to come back to me to get what you need. After she plants the seed, you may question what she means. Then she pleads, girl, you need this nut. Do not receive. See? Now you know why they say I'm dangerous. Because on your journey back to back to back orgasms, I sail firm through your rough seas of your thoughts in the maelstrom abyss of your pussy's ocean. Bitch, you better understand that I am Poseidon and your tides bow to me. I allow them to be wild and free as I proceed to succeed. Forever splashing across the ether of the universe, creating condensation on that same hourglass that you still can't grasp. I hold true to this truth. That's why when the clock strikes demon time, you will be refined, redesigned, and realigned. A little slutted out, but that's what comes with this cosign. It's sad that we both realize our time is up. And that's why I stay on my knees for you. Whether giving praise to the Almighty or dicking you to death or licking you to life, I stay on my knees for you, realigning your spiritual symmetry while extracting the systematic bigotry and fuck nigga misery that's embedded in your infinity as this guard rod tunnels through your divinity. See, I stay on my knees to cleanse you, slope out all the life's bullshit to spit back in your essence. Lick around your lotus to lock out all stresses. Then strong dick away your troubles just to stroke you back into my presence. See, I'ma stay whatever you need me to be. See, what you don't comprehend is that whenever we connect, we download parts of each other. And I know your starved and prolonged fetishes, like I know you love the feeling of his dick growing in your mouth. See me, gummy worm, the hard jaw breaker, no lock jaw law maker, deep throat leg shaker creator. Shit. It's no wonder why I stay in your throat purpose. But see, I can't hide either. I got my own started prolonged fetishes. Like, I love the feeling of my dick growing in your pussy. See me, steak medium well, the hard lead pipe, poisoning your current spirit with the power of my righteousness, then thriving my way through your emotions so I can find my seat inside your queen. See, if you ain't figured it out yet, baby, I'ma stay in your business because you are my business. Whether it's the time of the day or the time of the month, I will be war ready for whatever needs to be done. Because the way I see it, if I can walk through mud or swim through floods, then most definitely I could eat and fuck through the bloodstream of a goddess, motherfucker. I mean, look at me. I was born for this type of shit. Paint my beard and dick ritual red, and I will be the sacrifice for this experience. Drenched handprints on our body sheets and pillowcases. Easy for CSI forensics to come through this bitch, collect all the evidence, then point out who murdered that pussy like this. Guilty as charged. But see, when it comes to this part of our journey, baby, there's no reason for cleanliness or etiquette. It's the time to finish the job. And with me being in my natural habitat, I rub your mixed natural secretions into my face as you grind your flavorful yawny on me. Pull me in so deep that you can feel my heart beat through my big vein through your fucking stomach. I kiss you softly and intently as your juices flow around my perpendicular while the smack of my testicular smacks it back into your ass crack. I drool into your mouth as you hold on to me, squirming and coming, feeding another one of my fetishes of enjoying you suffer with pleasure. And you'll witness the measures that I go to have you singing these hymns in staccato in the key of daddy. See, I stay in a position of fucking you so greatly, gracefully, and gratefully, your ass don't even want to verbally speak to me. Your ass just want to quiver, shiver, gaze, daze, gasp, and grasp for me. Just want me near you in your ever-loving peace that you continuously to happily release. Bitch, you better. And don't worry about cleaning this up, baby. I'll get it in the morning. I just want you to nestle in daddy's chest and get your sleep. And this is just one of the plethora of reasons why I stay on my knees for you. Because you are a blessing that I do enjoy over and over and over again. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.
My nigga. That's all. Got to get that slow clap there.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Man. So before we let you go, man, there's I know a couple things you want to talk about real quick. One of them will be Sensual Saturdays. We bring that flyer back up real quick and tell us what that experience is like, what's going on, and let everybody know ticket prices, all of that stuff. Let them know what it is.
Listen, Sensual Saturdays, an erotic poetry experience. Underline, exclamation point, capitalized experience. This is a show that me and the lovely Jay Simone put on for the city to showcase the art, the art, the art of erotic poetry. This edition of it. The lovely, this is my sister. I love her to death, and she earned this. Miss Keynotes is going to be the feature for the night. My brother, Pretty Provocative Poet, PPP, will be spotlighting. Everybody, if you are in the Atlanta area, May 30th, come through. I'm telling you, it is a blessing in person. It is a blessing in person. And I'm not saying this because I put on the show. I've been to a lot of shows. I've been a part of a lot of shows. But it's something about the energy of the show that we put on and the what we put in the forefront of this, where we put the whole poetry atmosphere on display so people can appreciate it. Y'all have no idea how many people that have come to our show and we've converted them because they thought eroticism was nothing but fun. They didn't know nothing about the art until they came to our show and was a part of it, and now they're a part of the family. So Central Saturdays is going down, man. The drip gonna be in the building too. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a really, really, really big weekend. Y'all come through, come out, meet your boy, come holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to seeing everybody out there for real.
Yo, she said, make sure you tip the bartender. Make sure
Tip
you
the bartender, shout it. Straight up. Tip that bartender.
And is there anything you would like to promote, like coloring stuff, music, anything
Yes.
you want to promote?
Yes, sir. Miss J. Simone has her coloring book. I don't have it in front of me, but it is available on Amazon. Please pick it up. It's an affirmation coloring book, and she's working with other therapists and everything, and they've incorporated it in their practices. She's got with teachers. They've incorporated in their class teachings and everything like that. Um, Her book, The Intimacy Superpower, is also out. It's for singles. It's for couples that want to be unstoppable in life and love. We also have the Walking Desires podcast, where me and Miss J. Simone and the Walking Erotica, we're a relationship podcast. We discuss monogamy, ethical, non-monogamy, polygamy, everything in between, because communication and trust in a relationship, it doesn't matter how you live it. It's all universal. So we hit on every part of that. Music projects coming up. Paul, you got a music project coming up. You got a book coming up. You got a lot of things coming up. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole production over here. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to follow me at the Walking Erotica. That's everywhere, anywhere that you go. Also on IG, Mr. Walking Speaks. That is where I lay all of my relationship experience and everything down. Where you know what I'm saying? Because I just love educating. As soon as I know something, I want to share it. So, just giving insight and just giving perspective on helping relationships thrive. You know what I mean? And I think that's it. Except my love for you, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you got going on. I'm proud of you, man. You know what I'm saying? I see what you're doing. I want you to know if don't nobody see you, I see you, and I support you and I'm with you, bro.
Man, one love, man. Appreciate you so much, bro.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. So, on behalf of PenTellectual Conversations, as the host, I want to say thank you again for providing the time to be the hot topic here on PenTellectual Conversation. Your time was valued, and you came and beat the fucking stage up like I thought you was gonna do.
You know what I'm saying? You only get one chance. The first time is the last time. You know what I mean?
So we're gonna go ahead and drop you down, man. You have a great rest of your night, man. Much love, much love. Woo, boy, that was Walking Erotica. That's my guy. That's my guy. But y'all know what time it is. It's time for that old mic drop. Man, we're gonna say thank you one more time to the Walking Erotica, man. And if there's one thing I hope y'all took from the conversation tonight, is that discipline and determination will take you places that talent alone will never do. Like when we just sat here and listened to somebody that was making a decision over and over and over again not to stay where they were. That's real discipline. That's about being consistent when it will be a lot easier not to be, you know. That's a part of us, that refuses to sit still when you know you're capable of doing so much more. And a lot of us get comfortable being stagnant, comfortable talking about what they want to do instead of actually doing it. But you can't grow like that. At some point, you got to decide that you want different and then back that decision up with actions every day. Even when it's inconvenient and feels like it ain't moving fast enough, you still got to do it. That's what separates people who change their lives from people who just keep talking about it. So stay disciplined enough to keep showing up and determined enough to keep going forward when it gets hard. This is Paul Cram the Poet reminding you that dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy will always reside here at PenTellectual Conversations. And with that being said, we out!
Thank you for vibing with us. We hope tonight's conversation inspired a creative spark in you. So go out and show the world who you really are. And we'll see you next time on PenTellectual Conversations.